Hello, citizens of YouTube land.
Hey,
It's your president and your VP. And we know it's been a little bit, but hey, we're back, guys. And we're back with a bang because we're covering a pup named Scooby-Doo, which is going to begin our newest series, guys. Some of y'all may remember that we were doing a long-standing series there for a while called Scooby-Doo Saturday, in which we were covering Scooby-Doo movies on Saturdays. Well, here it is. It's a Saturday, and we're covering a Scooby-Doo movie.
not a movie, it's a show, Dad.
Yeah, a show. Because it premiered on September 10th, 1988. And it ran for 3 seasons. And it's the final series to feature Don Messick as the voice of Scooby-Doo.
He had been the voice of Scooby-Doo for a long time, guys. Since
Yes.
the original 1969 run.
One thing we can tell you right away is that this is no ordinary show. It's a spin-off prequel show that is better than Velma. What in the world was that? I don't know. Anyways, guys, it's definitely better than that other show by leaps and bounds. It also has the voice of Casey Kasem as young Shaggy Rogers. Yeah.
Okay, real quick, on
Okay.
a more serious note, though, guys, I am getting serious here. I did watch some more of Velma on my own. I think I lost about 20 brain cells in the process. Actually, let me rephrase that. I lost about 200,000 brain cells in the process of watching that show. And, it was all fun and games, I was kind of laughing on how bad the show is till they got to a certain joke. And if you guys didn't know, Casey Kasem was the voice of Shaggy for a long time. 40 years, to be precise. From 1969 to 2009. He was the voice of Shaggy for that long. And about 5 years later after that, he unfortunately passed away. This really broke my heart. And I'm going to admit, I cried that day. Because, well, it was the way my mom phrased it when she broke the news to me. But there's a certain joke that the show Velma makes in which Daphne has to pass through a sewer to get to, like, her parents and stuff. And, like, through the sewer, she hears a voice that's supposed to be imitating Casey Kasem, saying, like, "Hi, I'm Casey Kasem, and welcome to the Crystal Cove Mines," or whatever. And then that's when I'm like, and then I looked up on how he died, and I was like, guys, that's in poor taste.
Yeah, because
it's in very poor taste because he died of sepsis.
Which, if you guys know, we don't need to go into detail of that because we're actually here to talk about this show.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it,
That
guys.
was just in a more serious note because
this show was meta before meta was cool. This show does fourth wall breaks right. It's full of irreverent humor. The characters are unbelievable at times, but you just got to roll with it. Pretend, if you will. If you've never seen this before, but you're going to watch it, pretend, if you will, that you're 8 years old again, if you're an adult, okay? And if you are 8 years old and you're watching this, because some of our audience is younger members, and y'all know who you are out there, if you are 8 years old or you're in that age range, you're going to absolutely love this show. It's all about the young kids and how they're friends and how they come together. And it always starts with Shaggy narrating it. And it takes place in Coolsville, not Crystal Cove like some of the later incarnations. And guys, most people believe that A Pup Named Scooby-Doo is in fact a prequel series to the original series. Now, there are some inconsistencies if you were to talk like that, but just remember that, well, you're watching a show about a talking dog that solves mysteries, so really, how much more disbelief can you get? So just shut your brain off and go with it. Because if you were to look at any of this stuff with a logical point of view, it would make your head explode. So with that being said, though, guys, this show is great. It's heartwarming. It's wholesome. It's, we found it on Tubi. It's available on, and I'm going to date myself a little bit here, but I'm going to tell you guys that it's available on VHS because there are copies of it out there on VHS. DVD, I think it's available on Blu-ray. Don't quote me on that, but it's just a tremendous show. And we got to talk about the characters for a little bit. So, young Shaggy is basically, old Shaggy, but just younger. And he's obsessed with comic books and eating, and his pal, a pup named Scooby-Doo. Mm-hmm. And Freddy is basically an idiot, because he is, but not like an idiot like in that other show. He's just a kid. So
the show that shall not be named. Also, this show doesn't feature Scrappy-Doo. What was that?
Why does this keep happening today? Anyways, guys, so yeah, it doesn't feature him. And Daphne is basically a younger version of herself as well. She just prefers pink instead of the color purple like she will in later series. And she has her butler, Jenkins, who is pretty prominent in the cast because she calls on him to do things that are pretty absurd. Like one time she calls the butler and she's like, Jenkins. And the butler comes and he's like, yes, Daphne. And she's like, be scared for me. And then he acts terrified. That kind of thing.
And it's the most over-the-top scream ever. I love it.
Yeah, it is. The whole show is just filled with stuff like that. And Fred, being an idiot, he always accuses a character appropriately called Red Herring. Because, of course, it is. But there is an episode which we didn't get to see because Tubi cut it off. They only have half the episode for some reason. But there is an episode in which Red is actually the villain. And we can talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about WrestleManiacs, because there apparently is a remake episode of the episode WrestleManiacs in What's New Scooby-Doo, entitled, appropriately enough, WrestleManiacs. So it's essentially the same episode, except in a Pup Named Scooby-Doo, it's the Coolsville Wrestling Federation, and in What's New Scooby-Doo, it's the Bocephus Wrestling Federation.
Remember, guys, you're two different wrestling federations.
Definitely, totally not the same.
Definitely not.
But yeah, guys, this show is just really heartwarming. I can't say enough good things about it. If you're in the mood for something that's not going to insult your intelligence, that's not going to throw a bunch of swear words and potty-mouthed humor at you, that's not going to give you over-sexualization of its characters, check out a Pup Named Scooby-Doo.
Why does that happen?
I know. Why does that keep happening? But anyways, guys, for a Pup Named Scooby-Doo, I give this one 4.25 out of 5. What say you?
It's also a 4.25 out of 5. Definitely not. It's my dad's Scooby-Doo. It's not Scooby-Doo I personally grew up with. That would be What's the New Scooby-Doo, which is going to be another show we're covering very, very soon.
Yeah, guys. But of course, as always, you have seen a Pup Named Scooby-Doo, and you believe that it is the worst Scooby-Doo prequel of all time.
Have you seen Velma?
He wouldn't even let me get the rest of the segue out. He just had to blurt it out.
Did you hear that?
I did. Why does that keep happening in this review, guys? It's weird. This is just unbelievably strange. But anyways, guys, that's all the time we have for this one. But hey, just remember, we're just Two idiots with a webcam. Our opinions do not matter, except they actually do, because we have a YouTube show, except they actually don't. So, having said all that, guys, stay tuned where we got more special content coming involving something very similar to the Jurassic Park review. Very similar to that is coming, which if you know and you've seen it, you know. But if you haven't, go back, check out that one, guys. It was a fun one. It was our 3rd year anniversary video. But anyways, guys, we've got What's New Scooby-Doo on tap. We've got Scooby-Doo 1 and 2 coming at you guys later this month as well.
Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School.
Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. And
some others I can't think of. Maybe Monster of Mexico, Pirates Ahoy.
It just depends. We've definitely we're going to focus hard on some Scooby-Doo media because, well, I don't know. It was just a fun thing, and it's something that we can do. Because, guys, at the end of the month, one more big, quick announcement. But at the end of this month also comes a very, 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 very special video that you guys are not going to want to miss. You're definitely going to want to be on hand for this one.
It involves this handy little thing that we bought a couple months back.
Yeah, so you're definitely going to want to check that one out. And we're going to be working and driving towards that one. But in the meantime, we've got Scooby-Doo related content coming your way. So until then, there's only one thing left for us to say, and that is peace and love from Denny and Son. Bye.